Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. Warm to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. Warm to the vaccine for the crack fiend. Warm to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine at the ghetto car. Our struggles are no similes and no metaphor. If you get a youth dream, if you get a car, buy a house, try make it out, no get so far. Nuff no live so long, we get vaccine. Get up people no want to no vaccine. If it's not a vaccine, we start cream and can live a better life and stop dream. For the youth them way in a jail house, we still no get charged, can't get no bail out. We say vaccine, we fi make no see road quarantine. Cause we want to know that vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fall up like napkin. We need a vaccine for real, cause some evil people them be will lead us. Foot power next time for you no ease off. Me no trust Babylon, we need a vaccine. For them stop, deceive the poor and every workplace start. Give people more vaccine. Me nah lie, we need the cure. For police stop, kick in we door. We need a vaccine for bust the aisle bill. Fi cut the piping, look how long I'll price drop, but JPS I give we some fuck we like Billy Ola who no fake. Go yeah, 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 yeah. UPK got the vaccine. Mr. General Yarn have the vaccine. General my man have the vaccine. Big Captain Mashak got the vaccine. Hey, Nayatap got the vaccine. Hey, Abada one got the vaccine. Hey, Akaya got the vaccine. Bakawar got the vaccine. Hey. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine. Vaccine.
All right. Let me just switch it up. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. I want to make sure something real quick too. Let me see. Oh, man, what's you in here? You 7. I know how old you are. All right, so let me see something. I know how old you are. You old now. Okay, so we good to go. I'm just checking everything, making sure we good with the feed. All right, yeah. So y'all come on in here, man. All right. All right. So tonight we're gonna talk about fools, man, and how to watch out for a fool. If you didn't know, then you're gonna know by the end of the class. All right. So if you could, real quick, get me Proverbs 12 and 15. Let me get there with you real quick. Let me see, and then we're gonna keep it rocking until some people heat up, start get up in here. So of course, if you want to know about fools or whatever, you can go into the book of Proverbs. The book of Proverbs. Let me see.
Come.
The book of Proverbs 12 and 15. Okay, there we go.
Come.
Young man, Meech, what's going on? Your car was going down. Shalom to you, sis. Young man, Meech. All right, shalom to you. Okay, yeah. Come on, y'all. We gotta get some people in here. That means we gotta share the video, man. That means get it up. That means we're not sharing enough. Let's get everybody. If y'all could just go to the feed and just share it to somebody so that they help the algorithm get it out. You know what I'm saying? That's how the algorithm really is. It just sees if people like it, and if people like it, they'll send it to more people. And if nobody likes it, then they just think that it's a trash video and nobody should see it. All right, let's get it.
Come. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
Right. But now we've seen so many times that we as a nation have been fools because we have been doing things that are right in our own eyes. And not doing the things that are, right in the sight of the Lord. And because of this, what happens? We lose, we fail, and everything bad that comes out of us making bad decisions ends up happening to us, right? But keep going.
Come. But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
Right, and that's the brother that listens or the sister that listens to the righteous counsel that they get. Remember, counsel is everything that you need. Like, it's really like you should stick to counsel. You know what I'm saying? Like, even myself, I call all the time and get counsel. I get counsel from the generals. I get counsel from the captains. And then even if somebody asks me a question and I don't know the question, then I have to go get counsel too. You get my point? And that's just how it goes. That's the way that it always flowed. And you want to make sure that you stay and listen to the counsel because that's ultimately what's going to give you the right. Give me that one where it says people will counsel for themselves. Counsel for themselves. If somebody could find that for me, they'll counsel for themselves. And and that's what we want to make sure that we're doing, man. It says hearkeneth unto but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. And I want to bring that one where it said, I'm talking about. I can't even find it. My damn phone in here. Yeah, it is. It said he will counsel for himself.
Ecclesiastes 37.
Mm-hmm. Let me get Ecclesiastes 37. The dude I work with, right? He was I was talking to him today. This is off the topic, but I was talking to him today, right? And he just started at the job or whatever, and he's pretty much Esau in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he grew up around Esau so much that like we was in the truck or whatever, and I was like, and I told y'all, like, I was like, what kind of music you listen to? And he was like, yeah, I listen to like, heavy metal and all that kind of stuff. So So I was just trying to, humor him a little bit, right? So I'm riding down this. I'm like, so yeah, give me something that you would listen to. Give me like the hardest one you would listen to. So he showed me. He was like, so he told me the name, and then I put the name in. It was To Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Oh. He was like, "There's nothing wrong with me." And he came alive, boy. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was on it. And today he came alive. He was, I was listening to rap all day, but he once I played that, he started really getting like, he started waking up. And I asked him, I said, no, he said, yeah, man, I grew up in a white neighborhood. And he was like, man, my girlfriend is white. I'm like, nah, for real? I already know, man. I know. Damn. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I knew exactly what it was. But I said, so what happened, man? What was it? Like, what black girls like didn't what, they try to clown you like in school or something like that? And he was like, yeah, they always try to like clown me and stuff like that. And, and they was always like, kind of like in a sense, like kind of bullying them in a sense. Because he was like, I tried to go out with black girls or whatever like that, and they was like trying to, what's the name? But then he's like, that's with all of that culminated into him, getting a white woman. Oh man, but he young though, man. He like 20-something years old. But I said, so when you go over her house, man, like do they say stuff to you that's like disrespectful? He was like, oh man, he was like, yeah, they do. He's like, not so much her mom, but her grandma. He said her grandma told him straight up, flat out, I wanted you to marry a white man. You know what I mean? Cut that out. I said, yeah, well, she's supposed to say that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of, you know what I mean? I'll give it a few months. Maybe she'd be ready to get rid of her. Oh man, but go ahead, man. Shalom, Big Man. What's going down? Your Yaquatazar 1 West 125. Checking in from Buffalo. That's right, man. He was over in what's the name? DR. Yeah, getting it on, man. Yeah. All right.
This book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 7.
Oh, let me get there real quick. But go ahead. You can start reading. Ecclesiasticus what? 37?
37, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself.
Right. So remember, okay, let's go up to verse 6.
Verse 6. Forget not thy friend in thy mind, and be not unmindful of him in thy riches.
Right. When you get on and you get your bread right, you know what I'm saying? You get your followers up, and the bag presents itself for you, then don't forget about the brother that was there that was helping you put out the content. Right. Don't forget about the brother, you know what I'm saying, or the sister that was there helping you edit those videos. You get my point? Like when you get your hands on the bag, you don't want to forget about your brother or your sister. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. Every counselor extolleth counsel, but there is some that counseleth for himself.
Right, everybody's going to give. There's always a counselor is always going to give counsel, but then there's going to be some people that's just going to counsel for themselves and what they can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's like what you see when you might go to somebody and say, well, what should I do? And they'll tell you to do something that's completely ass backwards. And then they'll have you doing something that's going to eventually benefit themselves, you know what I mean? And not benefit you, right? They'll counsel for themselves. Go ahead.
Verse 8, book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 8. Beware of a counselor and know before what need he hath. For he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee. You
ever be at the job and then you see somebody, one of your fellow co-workers, black, and they might say, man, the boss is riding me today, man. The boss this and that, this, that, and that. They just unloading to you because you're there, you're a person that they feel comfortable that they can vent to. But then you always got them people that say, man, if the boss would have said that to me, I would have did this. I would have did this. They wouldn't have did nothing. And they're going to give you the counsel to go tell you to go and sound off to your boss. Or they're going to give you the counsel that's going to be the wrong counsel. It's going to cost you to get fired. And then when the supervisor come in there and ask anybody else that they got something that they want to say, they ain't going to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because people, you got to watch who you get counsel for. That's the main thing. You don't want to get counsel from somebody that just came into school. You want to get counsel from somebody that is not going to take your BS. You know what I'm saying? And that way you'll get the right kind of counsel, right? Go ahead. because usually a lot of times people will try to counsel for themselves, and they'll try to go and get counsel from somebody who's going to more than likely side with them. All right, keep going.
Verse 9, and say unto thee, thy way is good. And afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee.
Right. And it's so many people that get counsel like that. Bad counsel. That's what this is talking about. Bad counsel. And where do you get bad counsel from? A fool. Right. You get bad counsel from fools, and that's what the school is talking about. You get bad counsel from preachers, from pastors. They give us bad counsel. I mean, when you look at it, look at our situation. I mean, you can't really. I mean, how worse can it get? I mean, do you see the songs that are out right now?
Sir.
Do I gotta play it? And this is what's going on, right? So keep going just a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more on it.
This book Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 verse 10. Mm-hmm. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, mm-hmm. and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. Right.
So you gotta watch who you talk to when you're getting counsel. You don't need to be getting counsel and telling somebody in the world about what's going on in school. You don't need to be getting counsel from somebody else about what's going on in your marriage or whatever it is. You get my point? Because it's so many women who tell other women about their man and what's going on with their man, and guess what ends up happening? That person that you confiding in ends up having sex with your man, right? And it's plenty of plenty of women in the world that get counsel like that. You know what I'm saying? And they go to the wrong person and they get counsel, right? And this is what it's telling you not to do. Go ahead.
I wanted to point out something, if I could, and in verse 9, you know what I'm saying? It says, like what you're saying is like we got to watch out for people that's giving us bad counsel, and the reason why, if I may, it says, and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterward he stand on the other side to see what befall thee. So it's like they giving you they know what they telling you is wrong, and they saying that and sit there and watch you like fumble. Go over there and do something stupid.
Yeah, go ahead and jump out the window. They give you that kind of, man, you should go over there to that house and take a gun with you and go let them know that you ain't no joke or you ain't no punk. But then they sit back and be like, man, what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? Because if they was put in a situation, they wouldn't grab the hammer and go jump out the window. Go ahead.
Does that sound like and I just like quickly thought of it. That sound like somebody putting a battery in your back.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Like today's terms.
Yeah, somebody putting a battery in your back, get you all charged up, and then they see what happens. You know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we watch out for that. All right, let's keep going. A couple more scriptures, man. I think this is pretty good, but we tied it into fools. So you don't want to be a fool and go to somebody like this, right? A lot of these pastors, that's what they'll do. They'll counsel for themselves. They'll give you bad counsel, right? Woman, thou art loose. Right. All kinds of stuff that, is going to give you horrible results, all right? What do you say? Think like a man. There we go, right? Keep going.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
Neither consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Neither with a coward in matters of war.
Right, exactly. That's what we were talking about with jumping out the window. Don't go to him if something's going down. Go to a man that's not a coward, somebody that's going to give you righteous counsel, somebody's going to tell you to sit your behind down somewhere, you know what I mean? And get off of social media. Everybody needs somebody like that. All right, keep going.
Nor with a merchant concerning exchange,
mm-hmm.
nor with a buyer of selling,
mm-hmm.
nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness.
So it says concerning exchange, like meaning like all of these things are just saying like not to deal like with a person that's like a shicey type of individual in matters of business, in matters of war, concerning exchange, and definitely don't deal with a person that's envious of thankfulness. Somebody that does something for you because they want something in return. There you go. Right. Keep going.
Nor with the slothful for any work.
Right.
Nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work.
Right. This is like people who are lazy. Like, why would you go to somebody that don't work and ask them and try to get counsel on how to work?
Right.
Why would you go and get counsel from, like, look at our parents, right? Our parents are, our aunts, uncles. I mean, I'm just going to jump out the window here. Our mothers are not rich, right? Our fathers are not rich. So why would I go to my mom to get counsel on how to be a millionaire?
Right.
What is something that you would not do? My mom could tell me, hey, get a job and go to work and everything like that. But she can't tell me how to get $1 million. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is talking about. You gotta, if you're gonna get righteous counsel from somebody, then you gotta go to a righteous man. You know what I mean? If you're gonna get wisdom, then you gotta get under men that have wisdom, right? And you don't want to get under a fool, because if you get under a fool, then pretty much this is what you become by going to all of these different people and trying to get counsel from people that you shouldn't be getting counsel from. All right, keep going.
Come. Nor with an idle servant of much busyness.
Of much business.
Of much business.
In 1 second.
Salakia. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
Dude, say that one more time.
Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel.
Right, but so by doing all of these, you will be a fool.
Right.
And fools that deal with fools get foolish things that happen as a result, right? All right, this is really simple, okay? And give me a couple more scriptures going down to 12.
Come. Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 37, verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord.
Right. So that's who you want to be. That's who you want to get counsel from. Keep going.
Whose mind is according to thy mind.
Right. I mean, we all have the same mind. So why would you go and get counsel from somebody from the world or a drug dealer? You wouldn't do that. Why would you go get counsel from, somebody who's not in here? Somebody that doesn't understand what it really means to be in the truth. You get my point? Like I can't go to a pastor and get, counsel about being a man in the truth or the struggles and everything that I have to go through. Why would I go to somebody that doesn't even understand my struggle or my fight that I fight every day? I would go to somebody who understands that. And that's where you would go to your peers. Sisters, you go to your peers. You know what I mean? And that's how you would get the righteous judgment, righteous counsel. Go ahead.
Khan, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry.
Right. And right. And if you do happen to fall because of something that you did, then you got other brothers and other sisters around you that could be there to help you. All right. And feel that same, fall that you felt, they feel the same thing too. All right. All right. No sweat. So we could drop that. So let me get, all right, I got 2 more scriptures, and then I'm gonna show y'all a video. All right, I just wanted to make sure some people was in here, but I wanted to show y'all a video. This video is about 7 minutes long, and I want y'all to watch it. It's a video that's real good. All right, I'm gonna show it to y'all, and I cut it up before I came to class because there was some very interesting things that I thought y'all might want to take a nice watch. All right, so let me get Proverbs 26:3. Proverbs 26:3.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 26, verse 3. A whip for the horse.
A whip for the horse, right? Because you remember a whip, for the horse, right? Keep going.
A bridle for the ass.
Right.
And a rod for the fool's back.
Right. You're gonna get your behind whooped. It's something for you too. Just like it's something for the horse, it's something for the donkey, it's something for you too. And guess what? It's pain, right? A rod for your back. That's pain. And being a fool is very painful because you gotta learn what? The hard way. right? There's a lot of brothers in prison right now that had to learn the hard way, the hard way, right? And, you know, you don't have to learn like that. The Lord would rather that we don't learn like that. The Lord would rather we learn the easy way, right? And, you know, so many times we chose to live the hard way. You know, at some point we're gonna get ourselves together because we're gonna get tired of having to learn that way, right? The Lord never wanted us to learn that way, but guess what? We gotta learn. Guess what way we gotta learn? Through the knowledge of good and evil. And that's the way we like to learn, through the knowledge of good and evil, right? And since we gotta learn that way, that's the way we gotta learn, and that is a death style to live. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, all of these things that we're saying, you know, a lot of people might think that, you know, what we're saying, we just crazy and we don't know what we're talking about and all of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, what you will realize is that everything that brothers are saying, everything that we've been taught to say is actual facts, no cap. So, you know, you want to always make sure that you're on the right side of the Lord's wrath. All right. No sweat. We could drop that. It was one more I wanted to get real quick. Let's stay in Proverbs 28 and 26. Okay, there you go. Yep, that's what I want. Proverbs 25 and 26. No, 28 and 26. 28 and 26. Then I'm gonna watch this video. I think we got enough people in here, but I think that is good, man. It's a pretty good video to check out. And then we'll come back, we'll talk about it. And we'll talk about the eerie similarities to what's going on. I'm not sure how old the video is, but it has a very good, you know, it's a video about Satan, right? It's a video about Satan, but it takes, and I ain't gonna even talk about it. I'll let y'all just go ahead and hear it. All right, go ahead. You got it.
Come on, sir. It's Book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 26. Mm-hmm. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool.
Right. And we see what happens when we trust in our own heart. You know, Martin Luther King trusted in his own heart. You know, the Christian church, they trust in their own heart. The politicians, they trust in their own heart. And we trust whatever we feel. Right. And this is why politicians understand that black people are dumb and emotional, and they will appeal to our dumbness and our emotionalism. And as long as we continue to be dumb and emotional, then we'll keep getting played. That's what'll happen, you know. And what I'm tired of is getting played, right? And this is what helps us to not get played, right? And how we don't get played is not play the fool every damn time, right? We for sure don't try to play the fool with each other, right? That's for damn sure. A nigga come up and ask you for $1. You looking at him like, what was you trying to get over? You trying to get over on me, nigga? Huh? You trying to get something from me? Huh? Is that what it is? Right. Nigga like, nah, I'm just hungry. We make sure we don't get to play the fool with each other. You look, a nigga knock on the door like, hey, you know, I'm here to help you get a cheaper bill. Nigga like, what? Why are you here? Huh? What are you doing? You trying to steal my money out my house? We make sure we extra on it when it comes to our brothers and sisters. But when it comes to the oppressor, man, we yeah. So I can get rich in overnight. Oh yeah, it only gonna cost $80,000. That's it. I can get some Miracle Spring Water for $19, and then it'll give me everything, all the stuff that I was asking for. You know how much of that Miracle Spring Water they done sold overnight? They done sold that Miracle Spring Water to so many foolish Negroes, man. All night, 4 o'clock in the morning. Miracle Spring Water. Look, I got this Miracle Spring Water, and I don't even got HIV no more. Like, damn. Right? So we want to the emphasis of this class is being a fool. And we're gonna take a break for this video, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about more about not being a fool. All right. So let's get it. All right, I'm gonna bring this up, and then I'm gonna mute my mics, and then I'm gonna come right back. All right. If y'all want to comment on it, and if you've seen it before, then it's cool. Just watch it again. But if you haven't seen it, then it'll be a good watch. All right. Here we go.
let's talk about your reign. Now, you've had a fairly long one. What would you attribute to your success and popularity?
Oh, that's easy. Every generation is the same. I appeal to their lust and ego. I offer all the sex, wealth, and fame a person could want. Do as thou wilt has been my campaign slogan from the start. And my campaign platform hasn't changed either. I run on the same 3 issues every generation. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life.
Okay. When you say lust of the flesh, what exactly do you mean?
Come on now. What do I mean? Isn't it obvious? I just use humans' own innate physical desires against them. And since sexual desire seems to be the most powerful, I usually run with that. Now, I didn't create sex, but I must say I've done a superb job at perverting it. Take pornography, for example. What I do is gradually get someone addicted to porn. And once lust has had its full work and he and she can no longer restrain themselves, they usually look to act out their fantasies on someone. And sometimes that someone is a child. Now, if my plan plays out perfectly, that abused child will eventually turn to a life of promiscuity and perversion themselves, allowing me to continue my vicious cycle. And here's the kicker. Many of those abused girls end up right in the porn industry. Now, how's that for irony?
The second thing you had mentioned, I believe, you said lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Can you elaborate?
Humans are never satisfied. You always crave more. Bigger house, bigger car, more money, more power. The list goes on and on. I just take their natural ambitious desire, pervert it, and use it against them for their own destruction. My plan is to allow them to never be content. As long as I can keep them craving what others have, I can depend on them to argue, fight, even kill to get it. Humans are so easily tricked into jealousy. And you know what they say. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave.
Yes, I have heard that before. The last thing you had mentioned was, I believe, pride of life. Now, how does this fit into your campaign platform?
Humans are always on a quest for knowledge. I tricked the first humans to seek carnal knowledge over godly wisdom, and it's worked like a charm every generation since. With more knowledge comes more pride. And you know pride is my specialty. And since humans don't like to keep God in their wisdom, I'm able to seduce them with all types of things to help puff up their ego. Lately, fame has been my biggest seller. Who doesn't like attention and feeling more important than the next person? And once I make them famous, I can really use them to promote my agenda. With their help, I've convinced half of the world to not only accept sin, but to celebrate it. Do you know what has been my most enjoyable pride campaign to date?
No, what?
Well, my gay pride campaign, of course. Not only do I get the chance to promote your own self-destruction, I get to use God's logo, the rainbow, to do it. Love is love, right? My plan not only prevents you worthless humans from reproducing, it distorts the gender roles and allows me to bring all types of chaos and confusion upon your pathetic societies. It's been so successful, I've got men convinced they're women, and women convinced they're men, and some convinced they're no gender at all. And I've got 2 more Pride Initiative campaigns I'd like to introduce in the near future. Well, first is abortion pride. Now, I think we can pull this off. Society is definitely ready for it. I've enlisted to help a Planned Parenthood to work with marketing and promotions. And all we'll have to do is silence the so-called abolitionists and pro-lifers, because the rest of the church doesn't seem to care. And second is pedophilia pride. Now, society might not be ready for this one just yet, so we'll hold off. I need to desensitize them a little more before we introduce it.
Okay.
Take black people, for instance. As a people, they're super spiritual, so I can't really convince them that there is no God. What I have been able to do as of late is convince them that he's not the God of the Bible. Now, I've been real successful at, and all we'll have to do is silence the so-called abolitionists and pro-lifers, because the rest of the church doesn't seem to care. And second is pedophilia pride. Now, society might not be ready for this one just yet, so we'll hold off. I need to desensitize them a little more before we introduce it.
Okay.
Take black people, for instance. As a people, they're super spiritual, so I can't really convince them that there is no God. What I have been able to do as of late is convince them that he's not the God of the Bible. Now, I've been real successful at promoting black consciousness and Islam in their communities.
I'm so happy you mentioned black people. It seems as if we've been at the very top of your agenda for quite some time. Why is that?
A few reasons. Black people help me reach the masses. Who better than black people? Black people possess all the natural rhythm and music ability that I need. And it's easy for me to influence them with money since so many of them grew up without it. Another reason I target black people is because they're strong mentally and physically. If black men were to ever find their identity in Christ, I'd be in trouble. So I try my best to destroy the black family structure and keep black men away from his family and the church. Drugs and incarceration are a couple of my more popular means. Without the head of the household present, I can become the head and influence the children without too much resistance.
My question is, what role, if any, does your administration play in this black-on-black crime epidemic?
Well, as great as my administration is, we can't take all the credit for this. Black people help us tremendously. By aborting so many of their babies, they allow us to bring death to their communities. As the Bible says, they sow the wind and reap a whirlwind.
When implementing all of these policies, do you ever face any resistance or pushback? And if so, from who?
One group in particular try to oppose every policy I try to implement. I would be so much further along in my agenda if it wasn't for them.
Really? So what group is that?
They're a real thorn in my side. Every generation, they come together and try to dismantle one of my signature policies. Now, I've convinced half of the world that Jesus didn't exist and the other half that he wasn't divine. But I can't seem to convince them. They seem hell-bent on telling everybody about him and spreading his message. And some of them believe he's coming to unseat me in this generation. Crazy, huh? I'll tell you, those idiots are really messing with my legacy.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought y'all would. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yo, but you know, that was like, you know, some Christian, you know what I'm saying, stuff, but I cut out those parts. But the message though was like really like how it is. It's like it was like a lot of truth in it, man. I was like, damn, like he was like, yeah, they not ready for like pedophilia pride yet.
Yeah,
but he was like, I just gotta prime them up a little bit more and they'll be ready for it. I was like, oh man, that's crazy.
What he say you gotta desensitize him.
Yeah, a little bit more.
It's like it's
Mhm.
made. I mean,
He's talking to Mike.
So it's mate. I mean, dang, they definitely are pushing that now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With Dwayne Wade's son, you know what I mean? And pushing the agenda that these kids can now identify whatever. They ain't got to say they male. They got to say they female. They can say they a cat. They can say whatever they want. But that whole thing with Dwayne Wade's son, that's them putting it out there to desensitize us to be like, oh, you know, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, like you said, it's going to be that pedophilia pride, or what was the other pride he said?
Abortion pride.
Abortion pride. That's the man. We there now.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kendra Lamar talking about it's her body, her choice, and all that type stuff. And they making it like you know, it's good that you know you do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like you said, do what thou wilt. Like,
yo, whoever played that character, Man, his lines were good, wasn't they?
Yeah.
His lines was like, you know, he played that real good. I was like, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. I wish I would have thought about that, and I would have went viral. I wish I would have thought about that. Go ahead and talk about.
They're on 13, go get up into that costume store.
Get up in that costume store.
Like, man, what in the hell what can we be? You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. I'm trying to tell you, and talk like from a real perspective, like this dude was doing. He was talking like, he was like, yeah, you know, what we do is we get rid of the man in the house so that we could really, and that's like something I was just brought out, man, and just like really like, and I know it's just a play. I mean, it's a skit or whatever, but at the same time, this is exactly what Satan is doing.
Right.
It's exactly what Satan is doing, literally, and they just wrote it out. But all right, so no sweat, man. Y'all. All right, Olivia, wife of young man James. That's right. While you're Kwame in the building, while you're Kwame Barack Manah. Nahal, what's going on? Shariah Yaquar, Tazalaya in the building.
Hey.
Boom, boom, boom. Big up yourself. And you know, everybody else, man. You know, appreciate y'all. If y'all can share the video, helps us get it out. You know, to everybody, and it'd be greatly appreciated. And also too, you can go after the video goes up. You can go and like it later. You know, go in the chat and drop awesome class. Oh, this is cool. You know, all that kind of stuff. The algorithm like that. All right. So boom. All right. So let me get 2nd Ezra 7 and 6, because remember, we can't keep listening to fools, because at the end of the day, our reward is on the line. And you don't want to shake yourself out of your reward because it's on the line. Let me see. 2nd Ezra 7 and 6. Let me get it real quick. 2nd Ezra 7 and 6. I'm there.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Because I'm just going to set it up. Because remember, you know, we don't want to, you know, play the fool. These pastors, they play us for the fool, and guess what they're doing at the end of the day? They're shaking you out of your crown.
Right.
They're shaking you out of the things that you are going to get, and you know that the Lord has promised for you. You know what I'm saying? Like listening to TV, listening to the news, listening to social media. All of that stuff is there. That's Satan's tools to shake you out of what you're supposed to get. Right? You leave the truth. It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, and just to go back to the video, like I said, that was actually the concept was good.
Uh-huh.
The crazy thing that I noticed is Christianity touched on all these good points, but failed to mention that Christianity is the reason why a lot of people believe in the homosexuality, the stuff like that, because they're not saying it's wrong.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
they're not saying it's wrong. Because they don't say it's wrong, that's why we got NAMBLA. What is it? North American
Man-Boy Love Association.
Man-Boy Love. What the hell is that even allowed to proliferate? And then it's a whole lot more. I got a list of literally a bunch more. So it's like a society been primed for a long time. There's a documentary out there. I think you've seen it because I played it in here, but it was like Chicken Hawk.
Yeah.
Where it follows a pedophile, and it shows his like how he thinks when he interacts with kids.
Yeah.
So he goes in front of the ice cream shop, and the kid he's just standing there. You know, he got the cameraman on him, and the kid just come out like, "What up?" Yeah. Keep going, like, man, what else? You know what I mean? Keep going. He's like, see, he totally was into me. You know, he's just so nice and just so innocent, and you know, he just wanted to be loved. Like in his head, because that little boy said, "What's up, y'all?" He kept going.
It's like, coming.
He wanted to totally be loved.
Yeah, you know, the pedophilia it definitely is coming.
It's crazy.
It's definitely coming, because look, you okay, if they say, if a pedophile says that, hey, I'm born this way, then who is America to say that they shouldn't be recognized as a sexuality?
Right.
They're already talking about the they're already bringing up the conversation over in like Europe and things like that. They're already bringing out the conversation, and they already know, you know, that the goalpost has to be moved, because if you say that these people were born from that other community, were born this way, and you say that, and we got to respect them, and then these people say, hey, we're born this way, and you got to respect us, and if it keeps on going down the line, you're just going to move the goalpost a little further. So who are we to say? Who is America to say, rather, that a pedophile is not born that way? You know, born liking children and being attracted to children. So how can you say that you can't respect their claim to that they were born this way, and you can respect everybody else's? Right. So then the goalpost gets moved, and then it gets ushered in. That's all it is. All right, let's get it. Let's get about this crown that we're going to get.
Khan, it's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
There is also another thing.
Mm-hmm.
A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
Mm-hmm.
The entrance thereof is narrow.
Right, so this is talking about the kingdom of heaven, man, like with the path that is going to take you to get to the kingdom of heaven, all right? Let's keep going.
And is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. Right.
So this is the path that you're going to have to take. It is going to be death on both sides. All right. Keep going.
And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
And that's just showing you how narrow the path is. That's showing you how narrow the path is. Only one man can go at a time, right? This is how we build the school. We don't build the school like, you know, you look at like the Christian church, that path is wide. That's a wide gate, right? Joel Osteen is a wide gate, right. You know, but here in the school, what do? We build one brother at a time, one sister at a time, maybe two sisters, maybe two brothers at a time. You know what I mean? And we definitely, that's how we build up the school. That's how we build brothers and sisters up. All right. Keep going.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Right, meaning that, you know, if this city were now given to a man for inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger, then how shall he receive the inheritance? Right.
So like, yeah, I'll hang that call out the room real quick. But one thing that I noticed when you read that scripture is, and it's not multiple ways to get to God. I've been hearing that nonsense lately too. Like, it's multiple ways to get to the same God. Like, whether they'll put it to you like this: whether you go through Islam, whether you go through Buddhism, whether you go through Christianity, we still all going through different routes to get to the same God. And that is not the truth. Right here, it's very specific on what you're talking about, the kingdom of heaven, and how, you know, there ain't multiple ways to get in there, but also that it's very specific who's going down this road to get into this gate. Because, you know what I mean? Remember, you know, in Revelations it say, you know, Judah's at this gate, and, you know, the 12 tribes is, you know, the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. So it's very specific on who's getting into heaven. Salakia.
Right, who's getting into each gate? You want to say something?
I just want to say, like, that's one thing that they'll say is that, and then another thing they'll try to come in and say, well, y'all have a whole lot of people. You know what I mean? It seemed like look at the church. The church is packed with people. Look at these other, like the one purple people. The purple people. You know what I mean? Look how many people is going over there. Maybe that's the home of the truth. No, wide is the gate to the road to destruction.
Right.
And I was looking for this scripture too the other day.
Yeah, the Lord never gave a damn about numbers.
Right.
Remember, Gideon went with 300 people. Gideon went with 300 people. He could have went with more, but he took 300 men. Right. And that was it. Right. You know what I mean? The Lord don't give a damn about numbers. Remember, he even told David not to even number the army of Israel. Right, because when you put your strength in numbers, like meaning that, you know, you go out to a camp because it feels safer. It feels safer if you go out to camp with 50 men. It feels safer. You could get reckless and talk how you want if you're going out there with 50 people. But that's not what the Lord requires of you. The Lord don't give a damn if you got 50 people at camp. You can go out there with the bare minimum, which is 5. You go out there with the bare minimum for camp, and that's that. And you can prophesy to a multitude. Right. You know, the Lord never gave a damn about numbers and none of that, because what was really going on. Like, okay, so why did David want to number the children of Israel? Kazakawa. You know, right, Tara?
I'm gonna take a stab at it. Because you felt more comfortable with a higher number.
There you go. That's right. Look at this is her hand. Bro, he like this. That was pretty good.
That was really good.
Yeah, right, but you get my point. Like, that's right, because the Lord told him specifically, don't do it. Don't number the children of Israel. And he wanted, because David put his strength in the men and not the Lord. And what happened as a result? They lost. And a lot of men died behind his decision to do that. Right? His decision to be foolish and not do what the Lord told him to do. It resulted in men dying. And that can happen too with camp too as well. You go out there, you taking men out the camp, you're going out the camp, you can make foolish decisions and men cannot possibly make it home. So you got to make sure, if you're in a position of responsibility over men, you have to take care for men's lives, right? You got to know when to back down from certain situations. You got to know when to hold and when to fold. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like folding meaning like to be a coward or anything like that, but you got to know, you know, when it's time to go ahead and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be, you know, a lot of cats, you know, they do a foolish stand, and then you end up getting a lot of men killed behind that. Right. So you don't want to be like that. You want to make sure that you make all the right possible decisions and you don't do anything foolish. All right. All right. Keep going.
Verse 10. This book of 2nd Ezra chapter 11 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then he said unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. Right.
And what's our portion? Our portion is the kingdom of heaven. All right. Keep going.
Because for their sakes I made the world, and when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Right. This was the breath of life. But then also, what does this say? This also says that Adam had the law. He had law. So that goes against what everybody's talking about, where, you know, the law was in effect in the time of Adam. All right. And we're gonna keep going just down a couple, like three more scriptures, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just end it. End it on here. All right. Verse 12. Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. Mm-hmm. They are but few and evil. That means that it got harder. Because before it was easy. It was easy. Adam and Eve, they had it. You know what I mean? They was in the garden. You know, they was in the Lord's rest. You know what I mean? They didn't have it hard. And it was wide then. But now the gate is more narrow, the road is more narrow, because now it's harder to obtain what we want now. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. And it's not easy. Go ahead. Full of perils and very painful. Mm-hmm. For the entrances of the elder world were wide. Yeah, they were wide. Uh-huh. And short. Mm-hmm. And brought immortal fruit. Mm-hmm. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. Right, meaning that if we don't endure, then we won't get back to our rest. You know what I'm saying? Give me Hebrews 4:4, I believe it is, and we won't get back to our rest that we had. That we've been trying to get back to. That's all we've been doing, really, when you think about it. That's all we've been doing is just trying to get back to rest. You know, can you read that? I think that's it. It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 4. Uh-huh. For he spake in a certain place. Oh, yeah, that's it. Of the seventh day on this wise. Right. What was the seventh day? That was the rest, when the Lord rested. And that's what we've been trying to get back into ever since we got kicked out the garden. Right. We've been trying to figure out a way to get back into the Lord's rest. And we just can't seem to do it. You know what I mean? Keep going. And God did rest the seventh day from all his works. And in this place again, if they shall enter into my rest, seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached entered not in because of unbelief.
Right, because remember, Adam got what he should have done. You know what I mean? He knew it, but what happened? Eve went out and she did what she did, but Adam came behind her and followed her. So what do we have to do now? Adam has to watch Eve now.
Right.
Adam has to watch Eve now. Right. That's why I said that the woman's desire will be to her husband. Why? Because if you leave, you know why so many men are Jehovah's Witnesses? Because your wife answered the door.
Good night. God.
You was at work and your wife answered the door.
Right.
And you came home and she was like, oh, well, I let Jehovah's Witnesses came in today and they told me some good stuff about Jehovah. And they want us to come down to the temple.
Good night.
The temple meeting, the hall meeting.
Right.
And now he's like, okay, well, I guess I'll check it out. You know, I mean, what harm could it do? Next thing you know, you out there selling goddamn magazines
in a brown suit.
Yeah. on Market Street Mall,
right?
At Rodney Square, you out there with the damn cart selling the what's that called? What's the Jehovah's Witness newspaper? The Watchtower.
The Watchtower. Good night.
You out there selling the Mataza Pie. and then when it's the Watchtower, right? Your name is Watchtower. Yeah, you out there selling the Mataza Pie. Yeah,
that's funny.
Because you.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, I think that was it.
Oh, yeah, got what kind? St. Ezra's?
Yeah, that was it. All right, so let me just get a couple more, then I'm going to go ahead and end it, man. Second Ezra 1 and 35. Let's get that. Let me see that. I'm going to see that real quick. Is that, no, I'm talking, what I want. Yeah, Second Ezra 1 and 35.
Kind of what kind?
Let me see where it's at. Salakia. All right, so this is us. Okay, we keep going.
This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 1 and verse 35. Your houses will I give to a people that shall come, which not having heard of me yet shall believe me.
That's us.
Ooh,
yeah, Second Ezra 1 and 35. Now this is a future prophecy about, before, you know what I'm saying? And remember, okay, don't let these apologetics or whatever, apologists or whatever, try to tell you that everything's been fulfilled.
Right.
Mataza Pa pointed something out very, very interesting. Matter of fact, let me show you real quick. All right, I don't want to. Let me not go from this. Let me finish this, and then I'll go to what me and Mataza Pa was talking about. All right, so keep going. So the Lord said that houses that these Israelites are in now, that He's going to give it to somebody else. Keep going.
To whom I have showed no signs, yet they shall do that I have commanded them.
Right. Did the Lord show any of us in here any signs? Did we? I mean, not saying like we the signs meaning like how you should come into the truth and things like that. But have we saw like the magical stuff from Egypt, the past? Yeah. Right. Did we see the sea ever go like this?
Right.
We never seen the sea go like that. We never seen like a damn pillar of a cloud lead us out of America. We've never seen none of those things. But yet and still we believe. Keep going.
They have seen no prophets. Yet they shall call their sins to remembrance and acknowledge them. I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness. And though they have not seen me with bodily eyes, yet in spirit they believe the thing that I said.
That's us right now. we've never had the, you know, we never, you know, we didn't see Peter, or we didn't get a chance to like really see Peter and Paul and all them. We didn't get to see them. You know, we didn't get to, we didn't have like that luxury, but we still somehow believe. Somehow we here. Somehow we're at the Passover, and somehow we believe in something that the world doesn't believe in.
Right.
You know, you got the apologists calling us dumb and stupid, and you got the Christian church calling us dumb and stupid, and you got people that look down on you and turn their nose up at you and say that you a goddamn lunatic for being in here and listening to what we're saying.
A radical. Right.
You're a radical. You're everything. You know, and that's a lot of pressure to deal with. You know, I've been in the school not even a long time, but that's a lot of pressure to deal with. A lot of brothers can fold under that pressure. A lot of sisters fold under that pressure. Sisters fold under that pressure. Stop naming sisters your pa, please. Because stop doing that. I didn't see so many your pas leave the damn school. It's ridiculous. Your pa this, your pa that. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I done seen so many brothers leave the school, brothers with hardcore names, leave the damn school.
It wasn't me, it was the Lord.
Over and over and over and over and over again. I done seen people leave. And what? For what reasons? Personal reasons. Really? Because you just gotta smoke. You know what I mean? You just gotta smoke. You just shook yourself out of a crown because you just gotta smoke something. And it ain't even that. Remember we was talking about that. What is it? The oral fixation. Because you got an oral fixation. You gotta do this. This all you gotta do. You gotta do that. You just gotta do that. You know, and what we try to tell brothers and sisters is that, you know, whatever you're dealing with, you deal with it with your brothers and sisters that are around you that's going through the same thing that you're going through, because you're not going to win against Satan. You think this is what you're really thinking. You thinking that you don't gotta be in here to be in the truth. That's what you really think. Satan will be speaking to you like that in your ear, and you'll be thinking because remember, there's no fight. There's no fight physically. It's all spiritual. It's all in your brain. When you're driving home, you thinking, I don't gotta go to class because I don't gotta go to class to be in the truth. Yeah, you bet. I don't gotta go to class to be in the truth. No, I don't like the way he was talking, you know, because he was, you know, I don't like the way he talked, you know what I'm saying? Because pastors, you know, because Christ wouldn't talk like that. You know, that's what's going on in your head. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Slanging, sir. You brought it out so heavily, man, because the one thing that Sharif is going to be saying is, you're more righteous than them.
Right. They're not like them.
You're better than them. You don't need to be around them hardcore brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's real, man. I'm trying to tell you. You know how I know? Because, man, the war has always been in my head, too.
Right.
It's always in your head. You coming home, it's like, well, maybe I'll just stand down tonight. Now, I ain't going to camp tomorrow. I don't really feel like it. You know, it's like, you don't say it out loud. You're not saying it out loud. I'm saying what you're thinking in your head. Right. You're like, man, you know, who do they think they are? You know what I mean? It's in your head. It's Satan in your head. Like, man, who they think they are?
Right.
You know, they just told you that, you know, this, that, and that. You know, and you start thinking like, yeah, he talking about me. You know, when he start, and he's not.
Right.
The general's not talking about you. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Right.
But like, sisters take stuff so personal.
Okay.
And then it's like, you know what? I'm not going to go today. I'm not going tonight. I'm definitely not going tonight. And then the next night, I'm not going tonight. I'm definitely not going tonight because I don't like the way they talk I don't like the way they talk to women.
Good night.
They talk down to women in there. Yeah, I'm not going tonight. You know what I mean? Then next thing you look up, it's like 3 months and passed. They're like, what's going on, sis? You be like, yeah, I'm gonna be there tonight. I'm coming. I'm gonna be there. I'm telling you. And then before you know it, 6 months go by. It's been like 2 times since you've been down. You're like, hey, what's going on, sis? What's up? You're like, yeah. I'm gonna be here. Next thing you know, you didn't change your name on Facebook. You ain't even got the same name on Facebook.
Your name's Sarah.
Yeah, you didn't went back. You resorted back to the world. Same thing with brothers, man. Brother, now your name is Chad. I didn't even know your name was Chad. Your name Chad. Chad Moss. Hey, we talking about him with the last name too. Hey, look, I didn't even know your last name was Moss.
God damn.
Hey, I didn't even know your last name was Moss. But it is because you left. Because you didn't let Satan get in your head. You didn't play the fool. You didn't let him shake you out your crown. And you a damn fool now. Because now, guess what? It's 10 times harder to come back. You know why it's 10 times harder to come back when you leave? Because of pride. Ain't that what we were just watching? Pride. Because you got to start from the bottom when you come back. Niggas can't start from the bottom. They don't know who want to start from the bottom. It's just better to just stay where you at, and then you could be a general. You know, and you just don't, you could be whatever the hell you want. Your name is Judas Maccabeus now. Yeah. And that's what it is, a sister. Yo, my name is Ahazatara Yasser Allah. No. Go ahead.
And that's why, I'm gonna make a statement. That's why, every brother and sister that do stay is worth a hell of a lot. You know what I mean? Because they are willing to endure. Man, you know how many, like you said, how many people just leave.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? For absolutely nothing. And you're like, man, I know this brother, hardcore staunch. Ooh,
mm-hmm.
Bitch, you go to school, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right out there on the streets.
Yeah, you just leave.
Yeah, because it takes a little bit more to actually get up when you're tired, to force yourself to get in that car when you're tired, to drive down that road, sit in here, open up the, cut the lights on and get down and get busy and want to be here and want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot that a lot of people ain't ready for. When they come up in here and they think, people think it's like a joke, like a gang, a biker gang, or some type of social club or something. It's not that.
And that's why when you leave the truth, you die. That's what happens. You die. Go ahead.
It's like, man, I would feel somebody who would lead this truth after all that you did, fighting against them demons that's in your family, and telling them that, this is the home of the truth, to leave this and then let them be right. Yeah,
it's better to die in the truth than die and leave, die because you left. Then, when you die, when you leave and die, then you're not going to have 1,500 people at your funeral.
Right.
You're going to have just the regular people that your regular immediate family going to be there.
Right.
And there's going to be like 20-something people there. It ain't going to be like the church packed out. Because, you passed away in the truth and you got all your brothers there and all your sisters there. You're going to just die with your auntie that never gave a damn about nothing that you ever did. And you're going to get a pastor at your funeral.
Right.
A straight pastor. You're going to be there. What? What? They're going to bring the mime out. They're going to bring the mime. They're going to be like this. They're going to bring the mime out on you. Right. They're gonna bring the mime out on you.
Oh man.
Right, and right, you're right. Yaquar, these classes help you daily, and I'm so thankful for every brother and sister in ISUPK. Most High in Christ. I'm gonna post that comment. I'm gonna post that. All right. So and that's what happens. As long as you keep that in the back of your mind, man. Look, man, if I leave here, the Lord is gonna kill me. Then you'll be in a position where you'll have the best possible outcome, because you don't want to look at it like, well, I'm alive and the Lord is always going to be with me. You want to look at it like, well, the Lord wants to kill me and now I got to give him a reason to keep me alive. Right. And if it is you come in here, then that'll be what it is. Go ahead.
I think people think, what I mean, like we got an option or something, to serve the Lord. Like there is no option. Mm-hmm. You have to serve the Lord or you die. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? you may think you have an option because you can walk out to school and still go home and get in your drawers and watch whatever you want to, and just do whatever you want to in the privacy of your own home. But there's consequences to it.
Right, because you made an oath. Right, when you came into the school and you got your name, you got oil poured on your head. If you were a brother, you got oil poured on your head, and you said, "Hey, I want to be anointed as a priest," and you got anointed as a priest. Just think of it just like as all the priests that tried to run in the past. Jeremiah, at the time of Jeremiah, it wasn't good being a priest and prophet at that time of Jeremiah, because it was just bad news all the time. It's gonna fall. Everything's gonna fall. We're gonna go into captivity. The Lord's gonna take all your houses and give it to other people. And nobody wanted to be a priest at that time because it was just always bad news. Right, and even in the time of Jonah didn't even want to do it. He like, damn, I gotta prophesy against Nineveh, and that's like going to North Philly, right? And telling North Philly, yo, you're gonna die. No, nigga don't want to do that. Nigga, I might get shot in North Philly.
Right.
So he don't want to do it, but you don't choose the Lord. The Lord chose you, right. And when you turn your back on the Lord and say, you know what, this gift that you gave me to see the world from your perspective, because that's what we doing. That's the gift. The gift is that we get to see the world from the Lord's perspective. That's a gift in itself. If you didn't see the Lord's perspective, then how the hell are we making all these damn videos talking about it all damn day? All we're doing is talking about videos all damn day on every damn podcast that's in the damn school. We point out this is wrong, that's wrong, this wrong, that's wrong. If you look at all the podcasts and stuff that's out today, they're not talking about nothing. Right. They're talking about relationships. Right. That's all they're talking about is relationships, and they got that from damn what's his name? The one dude that died.
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels. Because Kevin Samuels died, it left a void open for the damn relationship guru. So now everybody's a relationship guru. Anybody that comes up with a damn YouTube channel is a relationship guru. That's all everybody want to talk about now, because Kevin Samuels ain't here no more. So now and then on top of that, the next best thing is just talking about what celebrities are doing all day. Right. That's it.
I got a news section of YouTube for y'all.
Go ahead.
The news section of YouTube is it's called BLN.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, NLN, Neighborhood Boxing League. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
No, that's just ghetto.
What are we fighting?
They fighting in Tampa, Orlando, Georgia. It's like backyard. They fighting in the. Oh man, it's crazy, man.
There's so many people talking about relationships and talking about rappers that we didn't got a YouTube channel. We talk about food.
Right.
That's all we're talking about is food, steaks, spaghetti, whatever the hell you get on the plate. We talking about. There's nothing else to talk about. All right, so. That's all we're talking about. Maybe we should do one on spaghetti. Who got the best spaghetti? That'll be a good one. All right. So the main thing is, man, that we don't want to shake ourselves out of our crown, man. Let me get a couple more scriptures, man. Like maybe two more, and I'm gonna end it. Let me get Ecclesiasticus 21 and 18. Let's stay in the Apocrypha. Or Ecclesiasticus 21 and 18.
You ready, sir?
Uh-huh.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 21 and verse 18. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool.
Right, because everybody think they know something. Look, these apologists, they coming up now. And that's why I'm telling everybody, man, make sure you're studying. Make sure you're good to go. These apologists are trying to come up against Israelites. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch you unprepared. All right? Now, do you necessarily have to be up on the podium to get caught off guard? Absolutely not.
Right.
You can get caught out in the world. A sister, you could be at your slavery talking to somebody who might be an apologist, and they will make you look stupid if you're not paying attention.
Right.
All right? Yeah, them apologists are like them cats like Vocab Malone and all them other stupid cats that's out there. And guess what? They run, on the black apologists, they run right to the white man. Right. Run right back to him and tell him all the ways that they... let me tell you something. I thought about this morning, right? Share this with y'all. I thought about this morning. I'm so for black people that even Muslims, I'm a side with Muslims over the oppressor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A 5%er. I'm still gonna, even though we don't agree, I'm gonna side with that 5%er over the oppressor. The problem with these like Christians and apologists, they side with the oppressor over me just because we got a difference in ideology. Right. When it should be, you side with me anyway. Right. Like I don't like Nation of Islam. I will side with the Nation of Islam over any oppressor any day, even though we might have a difference of ideology. The conscious community, Egyptologists, I don't give a damn what it is. Whatever you are in, and if you're one of us, then I'm going to side with you over any oppressor any day. That's real brotherhood. Because these guys, they'll be like, they run back to the oppressor like, they said this, the Israelites said that. Oh, the Israelites said this. He like, oh, what did they say? Oh, what did they say? What did they do? Tell me. Let's play the video.
He said Jesus is black.
Yeah, and then they do it. It's so hard to watch. You know, it's really so hard to watch. But, it's really hard when I see black women do it. Like watch black women do it, and they act so submissive when they in front of like the oppressor. Like, so what happened? They be like, well, I was at a camp. It's like, why don't you never talk to brothers like that? Why didn't you talk to the brother that was like that at the camp that you was, yelling at the top of your lungs trying to yell over the microphone? You got to be crazy to yell over a microphone anyway. I don't know. But, a woman is a reflection of her man, even if he's not there, right? So think about a woman who comes at a camp. She's a reflection of her man. I can literally, everything that I need to know, I know. Because why would you, if the Ku Klux Klan was doing a rally downtown Wilmington and I was walking by, I wouldn't give a damn. Actually, we have a lot of common ground. You don't want me. You don't want your wives with me. I don't want my wives with you. Right. You don't like me. I don't like you. We got a lot of common ground. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be sitting there on the mic. I mean, trying to yell over some cat with a hood on his head. Over the mic. No, I'm not trying to do that. Because it really doesn't matter. But if a sister is doing that, then and she's getting in grown men's faces, then that just shows everything you need to know about the man that she has. Because obviously, she does not respect him, and she feels that she can go up and talk to be in grown men's faces. You don't understand how dangerous it is out here. Just like them sisters who go out there for Black Lives Matter, be on the line getting bricks thrown in their face by the police and getting knocked the hell out and their teeth busted out their damn face because they want to be on the front line trying to fight for something when they should be at home with them damn kids. Go ahead.
I got a prime example. It was a video that was circulating where, they was up in the New York subway, and the girl was getting smart with the dude. Mm-hmm. And he like, yo, man, chill and all that. You know what I mean? Chill. And she just couldn't stop. Mm-hmm. Got all up in his face. Until it's like, until he was like, bah! That's what she was like, oh. It's real. You can't be just getting up in nobody's face like everybody just gonna be like, oh man, that's a woman. Nah. There's some people out here that's gonna be like, what? You just touched me, or because she touched him, or this, or you know how people on them subways, man, be trying to, you embarrassed, but you trying to keep it going.
No, I'm good.
She's just messing with the dude, and then the dude just gave her five across the face.
Like you see his hand right here? You see his hand? It got to go across, and then you ever see
across the lips?
Yeah, but you see like when it's rebuilding up, like you ever see them slap competitions? Like dude be like this, like. Dude be like this, like. He be sizing it up. He be like this, like. She's still talking though. She's still talking. He like. She's talking so much she don't even see him sizing up. He like.
She don't see him putting the power on his hands.
And like that. And look, he getting down too. Them guys that be like down. They be like. Right there. Don't move. Next thing you know is that slap coming in. You don't even know what the hell happened. And, you know what I mean? Just imagine your red come home talking about, and she got slapped in her face out in the streets.
Oh man.
9 times out of 10, she go, I don't know what happened.
No, but check it out. But look, but this is the crazy part. You can't even do nothing about it. Because look, when she go and say, baby, somebody slapped me in the face. These brothers at camp, then you go down there and niggas already packed up and gone.
Ain't nobody there.
Hey, it ain't nowhere to defend her honor. Because the brother that's in charge say, you know what? Let's get up on out of here, y'all. You know, brothers, when they ready to go, they pack that camp equipment up fast. It be like 1-2 minute stops. That camp equipment's in the joint. We back at the school who putting everything up, talking. And your man, he come back. He ready. He come back, and nobody's out there, right? So he can't defend your honor. Look, then he try to go next week, but it's raining next week. We ain't out there anyway. So that's what I'm trying to say, man. Just don't be a fool, man. Hey, look, bro, the Lord makes sure you never catch us. Then the week after that, we have Passover. The week after that, it's the week after Passover. The week after that, we go to an event. You never catch us out there.
We got that this election.
And then when you think that we ain't never coming back to the spot, we have camp. That's how it go, man. By that time, you ain't even mad no more. She probably broke up with you in between. So the whole thing is about, you know, being a fool, not to be a fool for these pastors, man, and not to you know, engage. Was there any more on the scripture? Was there any more on the scripture? Go ahead. Yo, hey, they bring the toy. The toy come across the floor. They fall in the room like they fall.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 21, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool.
Mm-hmm.
And the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense.
Right.
That's it.
You know, cats just talk and talk and talk about everything. Look, don't let nobody teach you nothing. You the one sitting in class. You're gonna let somebody teach you when you sit in class every week, week in, week out, year after year after year after year. There's nobody that's not in here can tell me anything about anything in the Bible. Because we sitting here okay, if you go to school, how long does it take to get a bachelor's degree?
4 years.
4 years. How long you been sitting in here? You've been sitting in here for at least 4 years, right? You've been sitting here 4 years. You got a bachelor's degree in the Bible, and you gonna let somebody that smokes weed, that sit home and watch YouTube videos, tell you something about the Bible? You's a dummy if you do that. Go ahead.
Sluggy, I got a brother that lives on the street that thinks he knows the Bible.
Right. I'll entertain the fool.
Right.
I'll entertain you. What you think you know? But you're never going to try to tell me anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're just going to not agree. Right. You know what I mean? But then it's that weak nigga or that weak sister that come in here and you let somebody that's not even in here that didn't even put in none of the work that you put in shake you out of the school. And now you sitting home with them. And they got nothing to offer you. Go ahead.
Sluggy, if I may. And the crazy thing is, we the only people that actually read the Bible. You know what I mean? Nobody reads the Bible. Your Christian pastors don't read the Bible like that. These people that's on the street, nobody reads it, but they always go by he say, she say. And what they was, because you could tell because some of the things that they say, you know what I mean, that they don't read. When we come in this class, we actually tell you, get your precept book out, get your pens out, get your Bible out, read what's actually being said. But these people out in the world, they go by with Pastor so-and-so, Pastor Porkchop done told me this, and this is what, that's why they could come out and say things like this is the white man's book. Or that's why they could come out and say, well, you know, use a slave if you following what's in the book. But daggone it, you go to school, how you know math? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, it cracks me out how people who never read the book can sit here and try to tell us about the book.
Right. That's crazy. And they do. They do, man. They got YouTube channels everywhere. Yep. YouTube channels everywhere. And it's just, everybody just got that. That's why I watch debates. I watch them and just to see what's going on. Watch them. All right. Let me see.
Don't watch him, man. You could be swayed.
It's like, it's like a certain.
Hold on, that Jewish dude, he's right.
It's like even if
like this high wine, excuse me, brother, was Christ in the burning bush.
You're like, yeah, it was Christ in the burning bush.
It's like even the people that battle with us, you know what I mean, and battle against us, like battle against Captain Zarya, battle against any of us, you can tell they never read it. Like at some point, I would think that one of these brothers that battled Captain Zarya would actually say, "Let me read it and see if I can find something in there." But every single time they battle, they do it off of
right. And it's like, if I may, they figure it out in the middle of the battle that whatever they thought wasn't in there. Right. Instead of doing your research beforehand. In the midst of the battle, that's when you're like, "Oh, goddamn, it is in there."
Oh, so you also leave it back to the seconds. Oh, I thought you did. All right, never mind. Next point. Next point.
What was the one I wanted? You know which one I wanted, Matazapah? That one where it said the yoke of iron. Remember in the time of Jeremiah, this is one, I'm gonna tell you, one of these Christian apologists tried to pull this on a brother, right? It was no, but it was in Jeremiah, the one that was in, let me see. Hold on, let me get it. Oh, I don't got my phone. Hold on. Okay, I think I got it right here.
Jeremiah 28 and 12.
That's what it was? Yeah, Jeremiah 28 and 12, right? Jeremiah 28 and 12. No, the one where it said yokes of iron.
It says, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations."
Yeah, that's yeah, that's it. That's the one I want. That's what? What's that? What is that?
28 and
Jeremiah 28
and 14.
And 14. That's the one I wanted. So, and I want you, Isaiah, to go to Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Now I'm gonna show you something real quick, right? So this is what these cats try to do. They try. No, I'm gonna read that one. I'm gonna read him first. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore, that shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness.
Y'all here? Y'all with him? All right, go ahead.
And in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Right. So you these Israelites, man, they saying that this is they try, you know, they saying we try to show the pictures of the iron coming across our neck. You know, they show the pictures we show.
Right.
They're saying what? They trying to do all that. But go ahead, Matazapah, read what you got. This is what they try to come with. Go ahead, Matazapah.
Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 14. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon.
So we had the yoke of iron on our neck there. So is this prophecy fulfilled?
No.
But it just said it though. Deuteronomy came before Jeremiah. Deuteronomy said that we would have the yoke of iron around our neck, but in Jeremiah it said that we did get the yoke of iron around our neck. So was the prophecy fulfilled and it's over with? Why?
But you have to prove it.
But you have to prove it. Go ahead.
Would it be because it says until he hath destroyed thee?
No. Because remember the Christian is coming out at camp. He's saying, they're saying Deuteronomy 28 and 48 is saying that you got a yoke of iron around your neck. We try to say that it's when we show the pictures of the Haitians, we show those pictures of us having a yoke of iron around our neck. We showing that as to be what we're going through now. But they're saying, wait a minute, hold on. In the book of Jeremiah, it said that we would have what? Could you read it one more time, Matazapah?
and that's verse 14. It says, "For thus saith the Lord God of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the necks of all these nations."
So was that fulfilled? Go ahead.
Could we go to Jeremiah 27 and
Okay.
7?
What it say?
It says, and all nations shall serve him and his sons. Talking about Nebuchadnezzar. Serve him and all his sons and his sons' sons and his sons' sons until the very time of his lands come.
But then that would have been to the end of his rule. Remember, Babylon, that only lasted for a certain period of time. So what they're coming with is they're saying that this prophecy already been fulfilled. So what we're saying is invalid. Because this prophecy already been fulfilled. It said it in Deuteronomy that we would get the yoke of iron around our neck. And then in Jeremiah, it said that we had the yoke of iron around our neck. So what are we talking about now? We on the street saying that we got the yoke of iron around our neck, and we're today. The Haitians had the yoke of iron around their neck. We show pictures and all that kind of stuff on our signs. So they said that this is already done and over with. So what we're saying is non-valid. Go ahead.
Well, it's like worried about the ships.
Right. That's on it. But I'm talking about specifically the yoke of iron. What is a yoke of iron? What does it mean when they say that?
Would that be Would that be like a snare, like a trap?
No. Okay.
Something like slavery.
Right. You on it. Right. But give me what I want. Yoke of iron. What's the yoke of iron around your neck mean?
We're not controlled.
Right. Do you right? But y'all not give me exactly what I want. They hit me home.
Bondage.
Right. Bondage. But what kind of bondage? Mental, you're right, but I think Matazapod just said it. What do you say?
I said hard bondage.
Right. The yoke of iron really means the what kind of bondage is going to be. Because remember, we got the yoke of this, the yoke of that, the yoke of this, the yoke of that, all through the scriptures. But the yoke of iron is just the Lord showing us how hard that bondage was going to be.
Right.
But guess what? It's twofold. The scripture is twofold because, the yoke of iron that we've been under in America has been a hard bondage. But it happened literally too. That's a twofold scripture. It's from a different aspect. Different aspects is twofold. Right? Keep going. Go ahead, Matazapod.
Yeah. And another thing where they forget is that.
I'm gonna. But you about to give it up?
No, I wasn't gonna give it up.
Don't give it up. Yeah, I'm gonna give it. Because remember we were talking about it the other day. No, but you want to say something. Go ahead.
I'll leave it alone.
You about to give it up. Matazapod. Hey, Matazapod was about to give it up.
I was gonna give just an aspect.
Okay. Okay.
But they're too studious. So.
They waiting for him to get one syllable. One syllable, and then everybody gonna get it.
Yeah, but like now everybody's just
right. Cut a shot. Yeah, you're right. Bondage. Right. That's what it's talking about. It's talking about the level of bondage. When it says that the Lord says, "I'll put the yoke of iron. I'm going to put the yoke of iron around you." He's talking about how hard that specific bondage is going to be. And in this time of Jeremiah, we went into captivity in the time of Jeremiah. When you read the book of Jeremiah, it's the Lord presenting his case, the case that he wanted to lay out like a lawyer or a prosecutor. A prosecutor. The Lord is laying out his case against Israel. And he's saying, this is why you're going to go into captivity, because you was serving idols. You was doing this. You was doing that. And this is what you were doing. And the Lord is laying out his case in Jeremiah of why we're going to go. But the Lord is saying, and you're going to go under Nebuchadnezzar. You're going to serve under him, right? And then when you serve under him, it's going to be with the yoke of iron. And if you go against that, then you're going to die by the sword. But you can live under this captivity, and you can have sons, and you can build houses, and you can do everything there, and then you'll live. But you're going to serve Nebuchadnezzar. That's exactly what's going on today. Every prophet at that time that tried to come up and say, hey, the Lord said we can get free, the Lord killed him. because we were going against those false prophets were going against what the Lord wanted. The Lord wanted us to be in captivity because of what we were doing. Go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I'm listening.
Go, you want to go?
He didn't got the light bulb went on.
Go ahead.
No, I'm probably not there. So the yoke of iron, that's the level of our slavery.
Right, but
it's right before.
Go ahead.
It's like, because right before it said you had broken the yoke of wood, but now you're going to be put on the yoke of iron. You know what I mean? So it's at the level.
Right.
But like the children are,
but you want it.
How we going to be tried by fire? Right.
But Mataza Pa, but when I was talking to Mataza Pa gave the best scripture right away. And I was talking to Mataza Pa about it, and he just dropped the scripture. I said, damn, that's 100% right. You go ahead, Mataza Pa, go ahead and bring it out. Let's go back to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, right? This is how you kill the apologist. This is how you kill. Let's go up to 28 and 45.
Their issue is they're saying this cannot be y'all because the yoke of iron was already fulfilled in Jeremiah.
They're saying that this can't be us because the yoke of iron was already fulfilled in Jeremiah. But just go up 2 verses. So we go up 3 verses?
Right there.
So 45, what it say?
It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy 28 verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the Lord, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and and upon thy seed forever.
Wait a minute, the time of Babylon.
Forever.
The time of Nebuchadnezzar.
Forever.
See that? So even though they say the yoke of iron was on our neck in the time of Babylon, did we keep on breaking the commandments?
Damn right.
So what does that mean? That the punishment is going to be?
To this day.
And to the next one. And then you break it, it's going to be to the next one. Right. You break it, it's going to be to the next one. And go ahead. And then now we here in America, and it's still the next one. That's what it is. Go ahead, Mataza Pa.
If I may, one thing to point out is it said that everything in 28 was going to be the curses is for a sign and for a wonder. Right. So if that yoke of iron was a sign then, now we see it now. We see it today. We see it in those books. It's a sign. It's a wonder. These Israelites sinning. They sinning. Guess what? And they getting punished right now. You know what I mean? You can tell where the Israelites are at in the earth based on Deuteronomy 28.
Right, exactly. And there you go. So what did I say all this for? And I'm gonna end it right now. But I said all that to say this, man. Don't be a fool.
Right.
Listen to what brothers is teaching you. Study your text. Study what you got in the scriptures. Study. Follow your precept book. Write everything down. If you got any questions, bring in the class. And this is what it's about. Because guess what? If you're not prepared for that, they're going to try to make you look stupid.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
Can 28 and 20 Deuteronomy 28 29 also be a precept?
What's that?
It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee.
That's right. There you go. Because they try to make it, them apologist cats, they try to make it look like everything's been fulfilled already. And now we're just under the blood of Jesus, and it doesn't matter that we going through what we going through. No, don't let nobody ever try to take away our pain and suffering that we had to suffer in America. And I seen a what's it called, a debate, man, where this Jewish cat was just trying to just minimize everything that was going on with black folks, man. It was just hard to watch. But, you know, I had to do it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, you learn and you get the understanding by coming to class and learning and asking questions so that you don't get caught out there, man, and you know, and get played for the fool. All right. And with that being said, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. And with that being said, I'm going to call up Precinct Officer Mataziala. like this. It was all right. I got you right now. All right.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and share themselves on the world. They need transportation, teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashra. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of First Fruits, which will be held in Smyrna on Monday, May 29th, before sundown. The service starts before sundown.
Right.
I believe the service is. If you can read more about that in Leviticus also. Leviticus 23rd chapter. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, men of Israel, Elijah. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat. Elijah. Rock.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yazmatah, SARS means turn. Sister Elijah, we're going to get a sister courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat. Elijah. Rock.
Yahweh Shema Thumba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yazmatah, class dismissed.